What's up, everybody? Billy Felo here with Masterful Mechanics Baseball. This is episode 1 of Toss and Talk, and I'm here with Tyson Gill, who just recently graduated from Central Dauphin, and now he's off to Clarion to play college baseball. So Tyson, what are you most excited about for playing college baseball?
I'm just excited to go and compete with all these guys that just love baseball as much as I do. Like, growing up, you never know what you're going to get, and not everybody loves it, but if you're playing baseball at that high of a level, you know everybody loves the game the same as you and ready to compete.
For sure, and then it's like a brotherhood, you know, when you meet your teammates and everything, you guys are like a family, so
Absolutely.
I think you'll really enjoy it. So you know some guys at Clarion already, right?
I know 2 that graduated from my high school.
And you're going as infield, second base?
Middle infield, probably start at second, hopefully work my way to shortstop, but
Is that your favorite position, shortstop?
I would say so, yeah.
A lot of action.
Yeah.
Nice. So just some standard questions. What is your favorite thing about the game of baseball?
I just like how much there is to think about and how much strategy goes into it. My favorite part is fielding. It's what I've been best at, but I just like before every play, you gotta know where you're going, and then even when after the ball is hit, like, there's so much stuff that can happen. It's not just like one thing. There's so much to think about and so much strategy that goes into it.
Right, and not a lot of people think about that part of the game, you know? Do you do anything to work on the mental side of your game? Obviously, you're practicing your hitting, your fielding, your throwing, your strength training, but are you doing anything for the mental side? And be honest, if you're not, that's fine.
Not really. It's just, as I got older, I kind of matured a little bit and realized that baseball is a game of failure, and like, it's gonna come with a lot of failure, so you just gotta accept that and make them focus more on your successes, and that'll carry you.
That's a good one. That's a great one. So focus more on your success than the failure, right?
Yeah.
Even though failure is going to happen.
Yep.
And that's something I think a lot of youth athletes can work on too, you know? You're going to go, you're going to fail, you're going to strike out, you're going to give up hits, runs, you know, when you're a pitcher, but you know, you got to focus on the good times. Just like in life, you know, you're going to fail in life as well, and hard times will come. Yep. But if you focus on the good times, you know, that'll give you that positive mentality. Mm-hmm. So speaking of that, that's a great segue into what is the most difficult part about playing baseball, you think?
From a physical standpoint, I would say just hitting a baseball. It's not an easy thing to do. And that's why they say 3 out of 10 times getting a hit in the major leagues, you're a Hall of Famer. But I would say the mental side, like we talked about, is probably the most important and hardest thing to do, because it is hard to go from a strikeout and then have to go back out, and if you're pitching, throw strikes. If you're in the field, focus on making the next play that comes to you, because the strikeout's lingering in the back of your mind. So for me, that was always the hardest part growing up, but as I got older and matured a little bit, that got better for me. And
right, so with experience, you know, you've learned to focus on the positive side more.
Yep.
Who's your favorite MLB team?
I'm a Phillies fan.
Oh, you're a Phillies fan, nice. I'm sure we'll have a lot of Phillies fans listening to this. Did you have a favorite player growing up, or someone now that you really kind of look up to or model your game after?
Not currently, but growing up, with that team with Jimmy Rollins and Chase Utley and Ryan Howard, I actually like Carlos Ruiz the most. The catcher, and I was number 51 for years. I know it's kind of random, but I don't know. That's just, I went to a Phillies game when I was younger, and he's one that I like, so took his number, and that was one of my favorites growing up.
Nice. I coined you for a Chase Utley fan, you know? Because you bat lefty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just like Chase, you know, bat left, throw right.
I liked Utley too, but for whatever reason, that was one that stuck with me. I don't know, it's kind of random, and not many people would have picked him.
Yeah, that was a fun team to watch, though.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you learned playing high school baseball with Coach Smith that you'll take to the college level?
Honestly, from a baseball standpoint, he taught me a lot of good things, but just get your stuff done off the baseball field first, and then that way when you're there, everything baseball, just focus on that, but get your schoolwork done. Make sure he was big on he really got me into lifting and nutrition and stuff like that, and how important that is. So get your stuff done and make sure you're good off the field so that you can.
That's
be
a great
great
one.
on the field.
Because when you're in college, you're a student athlete, right?
Yep.
So the student part does come first.
Yep.
And if you don't have that quality GPA, then you can't even play the game. So that's a great point. All right, last question. What piece of advice would you give to aspiring, youth baseball players that want to play at the high school and college level?
I'm kind of going back to the same thing, but again, just like enjoy the game and don't focus on the failure, because it is hard. And I still have a lot of teammates now that drives them to the point of like they go home after a game and aren't happy. Like it's not that serious. It's just a game. Play a game probably in another 2 or 3 days, or in college, in weekend series, you could play a doubleheader right back to back or the next day. So just focus on your successes and obviously you want to learn from your failures, but don't let them linger and don't let them drive you down.
Definitely. Because sometimes we forget that baseball is just a game. There's so much that goes into it, so much energy and time we put into it, but we forget, once we get out there to just, forget everything else and just enjoy the game, right?
Yep. Everybody works hard and wants to put in the work on the field, but it's hard to realize the other side. And
Right. And to do your schoolwork, be
Yep.
a good person, be a good family member. That all comes along with it.
Yep.
All right, bro. Well, this was a great first episode. I appreciate you, man. Let's continue our throwing, but hit this off. I appreciate you.